Hello everyone, it's me, Simply Smiling. So it's been a while since I've had you guys join me in the kitchen. So normally I'm here in the kitchen and I do a favorite recipe or a food find. Today I'm doing freezer prepping because I have a whole lot of veggies that I bought, or some I had from last week in the freezer that I need to prepare halfway or cook all the way and freeze. I buy freezer bags and I store my food, my veggies especially, in freezer bags until it's time to use those. And I want to share those with you, and also my choice of meats that I eat and how I prepare those. So I also buy a lot of fresh fruits and veggies. Here I have strawberries, which I know we all love. I have blueberries. I like all berries. I buy boysenberries, blackberries, and more blueberries, because those are my favorite berries, the blueberries. And I'll freeze those. I freeze bananas, and I freeze pineapples, mangoes, any type of fruit, I freeze those. I try to mix them all in a little freezer bag, and I freeze those and have them ready for a smoothie, or just have them ready to eat as a side to my dinner or my breakfast, or alone as a snack. I love fresh fruit, so those are my favorite fruits. Going over here, you can't have any. No, they're mine. Also, dried prunes, I buy these just for my age. I need to keep regulated and going. Something to talk about with food, I know. But I love prunes as well, so I try to eat those as well to get that fiber intake to keep things functioning the way they should. I like veggies here. I have cabbage, which is a half a cabbage that I had left over, and some carrots, 3 carrots. I'll dice these up. Now, I like cabbage and carrots in the same pot, along with fresh okra or frozen okra. I do buy frozen veggies as well. I truly do. If nothing's added, I'll buy those. But I dice these up, and I cook them all in the same pot. So I'm going to dice these up into small chunks today. I'm going to shred my cabbage to bite sizes, and I'm going to cook these in a pot. And I'll let you know what I season my veggies with later. There's Queen. She's home today. I also buy a lot of bell pepper. Now, bell pepper is one of those veggies that's just used as a side to any vegetable. You can add bell pepper to anything, be it a fresh salad, or be it a steamed or a cooked vegetable, or a pot of soup, pot of chili. It just gives it that, it takes it over the edge, that over the edge taste. I'll even slice bell pepper rounds and have them on a sandwich. I like open face sandwiches. I've mentioned that before. I eat the 45 calorie bread, which I like. But I have bell peppers on the side with my just eggs in the morning, or with a just eggs omelet. So I love bell peppers. They're that added kick that we need. So are tomatoes. I don't have any tomatoes today, but tomatoes are also that added kick of color, that added kick of positivity on your plate that we all need. It brings the color, and it brings more and more nutrition, which is what we all are focusing on. I also like corn on the cob, so I buy corn on the cob. I cook this as is. I just steam that a little bit, or I don't overboil my vegetables. Mama always said if you overcook your vegetables, you cook out all the nutrition. I had an aunt that used to cook her cabbage till it was no longer green. You know, you get a plate of her food, you're like, what is this vegetable? It's unrecognizable. And she said, well, it's cabbage, eat it. But it was always really brown and totally withered. She cooked the life out of her cabbage. And I think she seasoned it with some kind of oil, which I never liked her cabbage. But Mama used to just parch our cabbage, just steam it a little bit, give it a bite. And that's where you want to eat your vegetables. Now, here's one of my favorite. I love zucchini. Now, I just wash this real good. I eat the outer too, which is where a lot of the nutrition is. And I slice, and I steam these in a pot. Now, zucchini I add to a morning olive, diced up in chunks, or I have it together with some steamed squash. I know you guys remember, I always say this is my favorite vegetable combination, zucchini and squash and mushrooms in the morning is a great breakfast. It's a great start to your morning. It gives you that positive, ready for your day that we need when you eat zucchini and squash. I love zucchini. I mean, I don't overcook that either. I cook it to where I can actually taste the vegetable, where I can actually, tell in my mind if I was blindfolded what I'm eating. It's a delicious flavor. It's a delicious aroma when it's cooking too. I love zucchini. I buy fresh broccoli. In the heads of broccoli, I just dice this up. Now, I dice up the head part, the tree part, we used to call it the broccoli, real fine, and I just spread it in a salad. Real chunks of it. I keep bags of this in the freezer, just small chunk sizes. Or I'll steam it, of course. Or I'll put it in the air fryer and season it real good, and it's totally delicious. But I love heads of broccoli, also heads of cauliflower. You know, they're broccoli's cousin. And I love, love, love those two diced up and steamed together and put in the air fryer just for a little bit to give it a roasted flavor. Once you give it that roasted flavor, once you give it that roasted flavor, it's so delicious together with some seasoning. I keep a lot of potatoes on hand. Now I like sweet potatoes and I like the white potatoes. I like russet potatoes too, or the little red potatoes. I dice those. I stay back from eating too many potatoes, but every now and then I may want a few potato rounds on my plate. And when I say a few, these potatoes last me a long time. This is the last of a 2-pound bag that I bought. I'm not sure when. It's been a while, but I try to eat them up fast. I try to make my husband those hash browns that he like out of these potatoes because I don't want to buy any of vegetables that'll go rotten. It breaks my heart when my veggies go rotten because I feel like, you know, I should have eaten them before because groceries is at an all-time high now in my city and I believe everywhere. Sweet potatoes, I just peel these dice, put them in the oven. I may sprinkle a little monk sugar on these and that's it. It's a go. If I want it glistered, a little bit of shine to it, a little bit to look like a yam, I'll add a little bit of vegan butter, just a spat. A spat of vegan butter or 1 ounce of vegan butter is 1 point when it's spread all over a whole casserole dish of yams. Now these are good with about 4 servings in that dish, of course, it's a point. I also buy the shredded collard greens like these. I love collards. I was born and raised on collard greens, turnip greens, mustard greens, kale. We were born and raised on greens. So I continuously eat greens. The nutrition value of greens is off the chart. Google the greens for yourself. Google that and see the nutritional value of what you're getting or what you may need to add in your life, what you may need to get. But I love collards. I just put these in. I wash them. They're pre-washed. But of course, I wash them again. I wash everything that I buy. If I buy towels and washcloths, underclothes, if they're not in a pack, whatever I buy, I wash it again. So I'm the same way with my food. Yes, indeed. So I wash my greens again. I parboil them, meaning I cook them halfway. I change that water, and then I go ahead and add more water, fresh water. I don't rinse them, but I do change the water. Add more water, and then I add all of my seasonings, which I'm going to share my seasonings, as I mentioned, that I use. Then I love these little bad boys here. These are the white mushrooms. I like shiitake. You know, I like portobello, but I love just the regular white mushrooms. They're just more flavorful. They give your dish a meaty, consistent flavor, a taste like you're eating something meaty and you're really not. A lot of times mushrooms is my meat on my plate. I may have my zucchini and squash together with a little spinach on the side, and then on the other side, my fruit, and then I have a whole side of mushrooms. I love mushrooms. These, the white ones. Portobello's are okay. A lot of people use those for their buns on their bread. You know, they use them in salads and in other dishes, spaghetti or whatever you eat. Mushrooms is another additive of flavor and another additive of added nutrition. I also like beans. My favorite beans are black turtle beans. Now, I've shared these bad boys before. I buy these in a bag like this from the local farmer's market. We go, my aunt and I, maybe once every other week, maybe, if they're open. And we get the black turtle beans. I like the turtle beans because they're smaller than the average black bean, meaning they stretch longer for me. My honey does not eat black beans. He just said they don't look right. He hadn't tried it. I may just sneak a little bit in his food if I can hide them in his potato salad or something. Is that mean? No, it's not. It's love when you try to feed your family nutritious things, what you think is nutritious. But I love the black beans. Try those. Get the turtle ones. I think they sell them in our local Harris Teeter. They're actually on the label, black turtle beans. They just last longer. The taste is no different from the regular black beans. But I try to make things stretch, especially when it's something that just I eat in the house. Okay? Also, I'm going to show these last. I have to have spinach. I like buying frozen and fresh spinach. This is my fresh baby spinach. Of course, it's just eaten out of the container like this. I add it to a salad. I steam it and add it to a just egg omelet in the mornings with some mushrooms. Delicious. Gotta have spinach. Spinach, as you know already, you know, it made Popeye strong, so I'm leaning on that. I'm going to get stronger eating my spinach. And these right here are my seasonings. I call these my fabulous 10. So these are the ones that I use a lot of. I have the Cajun spice, red crushed pepper, the garlic pepper seasoning, garlic and pepper seasoning, basil, ground cumin, oregano, turmeric, the greens seasoning, paprika, and curry braised, excuse me. Now someone on Connect told me about the green seasonings. I sprinkle this on a fresh salad, or I use it in cooked dishes. It's totally delicious. Now, moving right along, I have some of my favorite meats that I eat. You know, I eat Boca burgers and all of those vegan burgers. They're processed, I know, but they're no more processed than the deli meat that a lot of people eat. So you choose your whatever you want to eat. You don't have to eat the way I eat. I know the benefits and the non-benefits of how I'm eating. So I'm in it to win it. So winning for me is eating this type of meat. I'm not bashing meat, you know, like real animal meat. I'm not bashing that. You know, it's just that I decided to eat more of a plant-based diet. My husband eats meat, so my hands get to touch, you know, steak, chicken, burger, all of that all the time. Happy man, happy life. I'm going to feed him his meat, but I do push some of my healthy eating onto him. Not to say his meat is not healthy, because I prepare his meat in the air fryer. I bake it a lot. There's not a lot of frying in my house. I don't like that because I don't like oil. Oil just looks like what it is inside your body. I just can't wrap my head around oil. I just can't do it. So here's my tuna. My tuna is called Tuna instead of tuna. I eat this out of the can as is. It's a plant-based tuna, so there's no animal product in this. If you want to spice it up to spread on toast or bread or a bagel or something, you can add just relish. Relish will give it that spreadable consistency that, like with his tuna, I add mayonnaise and pickles and eggs to his tuna. I only eat this out of the can, or I add a little relish to eat it on my 45-calorie bread. And then I buy these. These are the plant-based burgers. I like this brand here. It's called Pure Farmland. Plant-based burgers. You get 4 in a pack. I'm going to cook these today. All of this meat getting cooked today and put back in the freezer in containers. And so I'll be ready to pull those so I can stay on track next week. I don't want to have to come home and wonder, what in the world am I eating today? Go to your side of the freezer simply and get your meal. I have meatballs by the same company. I buy the meatballs as well. These are delicious. Now these I eat for breakfast on the side with some just eggs and some veggies. These are good. And then of course these are the same thing. These are more plant-based, the burgers. I buy these a lot. I like these better than I like the Boca, but when I can't get these, I buy the Boca. Now for a snack, I love this jelly. Jelly. This is real jam from the jam shop, which is en route and going to the Myrtle Beach here in my city. It's a tent setup. It's like a tented building, and they sell real jelly with no fructose corn syrup, no added sugar. This jelly is delicious. I mean, it does have a little added sugar. It has to. Let's see. It has cane sugar. That's the difference. And no fructose corn syrup and fresh veggies. This is the peach, but this joint right here, this is jalapeno jelly. It is so good when you got a bag of pretzels. Count them out. Get it point right. Take some pretzels and an ounce of the jelly, which is a teaspoon of the jelly. It's like 2. Okay? And get some plant-based cream cheese and slice it real thin and make you a pretty plate with your pointed pretzels and that jelly. Heaven. Understand. Delicious. So this is one of my favorite snacks that I love. And then if you don't have pretzels, use a point-friendly cracker. You know, I like vegetable crackers that the local food line makes. The Ritz makes them too, but every store has their own brand. But the vegetable crackers are so good. So I'm getting ready to freezer prep, get my food ready for it. This is going to last me the way I eat. Probably 2 weeks, maybe, if that. But I love my veggies. I try to get veggies in, and I do. Morning for breakfast, I incorporate some carrots or something for a snack, or my pretzels and jelly for a snack. And I also have veggies for lunch and dinner. So have a wonderful day. I'm off, getting ready to freezer prep. Thanks for joining me, guys.